Welcome into another edition of the Old North State Sports Show, folks. We are here to talk about free agency for the Carolina Panthers and discuss further some news that came up earlier this week. Now, if you saw the previous video that I put together, this should sound familiar, but we're going to go ahead and dive in because you are here to get my opinions. So, free agency rumors for the Carolina Panthers, again, reported by Dan Graziano of ESPN. Expect the Panthers to be seeking big name players in free agency. Jevon Holland, Camryn Bynum, those are your safeties, and then Milton Williams, defensive tackle, of course, with the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. So the purpose of today's episode is to get to know these guys a little bit better. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in at potential players that could be coming here. So Milton Williams, defensive tackle in the 3-4 scheme, would actually be playing opposite of Derek Brown. So that's one thing to consider in this. Does that mean Ashawn Robinson gets moved around in the shuffle? Who's going to play nose tackle? That is a question that we'd have to discuss coming out of this. But early life, out of Texas, played at Crawley High School and then Louisiana Tech before entering the draft in 21. Former third-round pick, 73rd overall by the Philadelphia Eagles, signed his 4-year contract. From 21 to 23, recorded 30 tackles and 2 sacks in 21, 36 tackles and 4 sacks in 22 with the Super Bowl loss, and solidified as a key defensive lineman in 2023. Of course, this past year, Super Bowl champion, increased his role, 2 sacks, and a forced fumble recovery in the Super Bowl. Career stats, as of right now, 100 tackles, 11.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and 6 pass deflections. We can look at his game log right here, up to date. So actually a little over 100, but 123, 56 solos, 67 assists, 11.5 sacks, 6 passes deflected. So would love to know your thoughts. I think it would make sense. There's still a question mark on the nose tackle position with Shai Tuttle, but a big improvement nonetheless for the Carolina Panthers. And when you talk about defense, a defensive front that needs help getting to the quarterback as well as stopping the run. And I think he can do both of those things. Now, Jevon Holland, we've talked about him a little bit, or at least I have. Definitely one of the bigger names, especially when you throw out the rumors of what we've heard with Robert Hunt potentially recruiting guys. We'll find out. From Canada, played high school in California before committing to Oregon, where he was a standout defensive back. NFL draft and rookie year in 21, he was selected 36 overall by Miami. Had an impactful rookie season, earned a spot on the Pro Football Writers of America all-rookie team. 22 to 23, established himself again, key defensive player, had multiple interceptions, sacks, and tackles, including a 90-yard interception return for a touchdown in 23. 2024 season, a recent performance, starting free safety, battled some injuries, broken hand, but remained a key contributor to the Dolphins' career stats and achievements. 300 tackles, over 300 tackles, I should say. You can actually get into the stats here. Comes out to 300 evens, 81 assists, 5 sacks, and 5 interceptions, 1 touchdown. Again, probably the biggest name in the safety market, and the Carolina Panthers need some help at the safety position. So this is another one of those moves that just makes sense for this team. Now, safety room for the Panthers is short right now. I mean, you're really talking to Bonnie Richardson, so they're going to have to get multiple safeties. We know Xavier Woods is exploring free safeties. He is exploring, but he's exploring free agency, trying to figure out if he may come back as well. But let's talk about Camryn Bynum. Early ball, played in California, played high school at Sentinel High School before starting cornerback for the California Golden Bears from 16 to 20. First team All Pac-12, and then graduated with his business degree. Drafted in the 4th round. That's the thing about some of these guys. When you talk about the production, other teams being able to hit on 3rd, 4th, 5th round picks, it's big. Something the Panthers have to figure out how to do. By the Minnesota Vikings, he transitioned to safety and has been a starting free safety since 22, playing, of course, alongside really good safety in Harrison Smith. Over 321 tackles, 1.5 sacks, 8 interceptions. We'll look at his stats here. Notable achievements: had a career high 137 tackles. God, NFC Defensive Player of the Week, 2 interceptions against the Niners. That was in 23. A Filipino and African descent. He's married into the Philippines. He's Christian, has been promoting flag football since 23. And 24, these are recaps of the Wikipedia pages, folks, in case you were wondering. Entering his fourth year, Bynum remained a starting safety, finished 2024 season, 96 tackles, 3 interceptions. We can actually look at it here. 3 interceptions, solid performance. You see the production continuing to increase. So I think it all makes sense for the Carolina Panthers. Now, I know some folks are going to want the Carolina Panthers to swing big on the defensive side of the ball, and we'll talk about that. But considering where the budget is, I don't know if they'll be able to swing big at every position, but I think getting 4 or 5 starters via free agency on the defensive side of the ball can do wonders for this team as it sets them up for the draft, potentially look at offense, or continue to build around the defense. So anyways, folks, that's going to do it for today's episode. This is Carolina Dad. Y'all have a good one.